Hello everyone. Welcome to Dikshant classes. Good morning everybody. Today I am going to discuss about the pestle analysis, which is an important part of the business environment and international unit business for exams like UGC NET today. What is pestle analysis? The term pestle is used to describe a framework of the analysis of macro environmental factors. Pestle analysis involves the political, economical, social, technological, legal, environmental influences often on organizations, and providing the way of scanning the environmental influences that affected or likely to be affected on organizations or its policies. Pestle analysis is increasingly used to and recognized terms, replacing the traditional frameworks for monitoring the environment is known as pestle analysis. Pestle is a full form and acronym for political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental. The pestle analysis is a simple term to understand and quick to implement. The advantage of this tool is to encourage the management into proactive and structured thinking in decision making. Next is the politicals, include pressure groups, NGOs, influential organization. Next is the economical, interest rates, per capita incomes, then GDP, price, saving, level of disposable income. Next is social, include custom, belief, tradition, rituals, then the values. Next is technological, includes what technology you need to be adopt for the organization to reduce cost, increase efficiency, effectiveness, to achieve results on a time. Next is legal. It includes all the rules, regulation, and laws need to be implemented in organizations to increase the efficiency, like GST law, Weight and Measure Act, and Income Tax Act, and so on. Next is environmental. Environmental related to environmental hazards, which are the hazards for the people in a society and their impact on the health, waste, and disposal. First is next is key factors of pestle analysis. First is political factors. Political factor is related to how and what extent the government interest intervenes in the economy and the activities of corporates. Political factors may include goods and services to which the government want to be provided, and those the government does not want to be provided. Further, government have great influences on the health, education, and infrastructure of a nation. Next is economic factor. Economic factor is related to the how a business will operate and take decisions according to the situation. It includes the factor like gross domestic product, level of income, then interest rates, then the cash reserve ratio, open market operation, statutory liquidity ratios, then the credit rates, then per capita income, and so on. The inflation, deflation, recessions, and then the money supply, credit flows, all the things comes under the economy. Next is social factor. Social factor related to the custom, belief, tradition, rituals, attitude of society, attitude toward family structures, and so on, which is affected socially. Next is technological factor. Technological factor is related to the what technology need to be implemented in our organization to increase effectiveness, efficiency, and reduce the cost and expenditure incurred by the firm, businesses, industries, organizations. It includes the cost like Technology, like all the works on the tele, so the work is very easy to inform which party the payment is not received, which party payment is received on time, and what orders has to be completed, what orders has not to be completed. These are comes under the technological factor. Next is legal factor. Legal factor is related to what rules, regulations, and laws need to be implemented in a business, in a industry, in a firms, like GST law for turnover who exceed the 20 lakh in a year, for making the taxation effectively, efficiently, and Weight and Measure Act, Competition Act 2002, then the Patent Act, the Innovation, and then many such more act need to be implemented in a business. Next is environmental factor. Environmental factor related to how the environment will affect the business, how the business will affect the environment, like air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and many such pollution which is affecting the economy, which is affecting the business, will lead to business loss. Next is difference between political and economic. Political means political stability, economic situations and trends, political principles and ideologies, market and trade cycles, current and future taxation policies, specific industry factors, regulatory bodies and process, customers and end use drivers, government policies, interest and exchange rates, government terms unchanged, interest and exchange rates, trusted area of political leaders, inflation and employment. Next is social and technological differences, lifestyles, replacement technology, demographic, maturity of technology, consumer attitudes, opinion, belief, customs, rituals, manufacturing capacities and maturity, brand, company, technological image, innovation potential, consumer buying patterns, technology access, licensing patents, ethnical or religious factors, intellectual property rights and copyright, media views and perception. Next is difference between legal environment to business and corporate laws. Next is the GST law. Next is IT Act. Next is competition law. Next is the MRTP Act. Next is health and safety laws, international treaties and law, regional registration. Where the environmental and economical environmental issues, environmental hazard which is for the society, the environmental legislation need to be implemented in a business, energy consumption, waste disposal. Next is SLAPT analysis. SLAPT is social factor related to pattern of behavior, taste and lifestyles. Well, next is legal. These are the consumer protection legislations and environmental legislation, health and safety and employment law which are continuously modifying the wide range of core. Next is economic. Economic related to the economy of a country which affect the businesses like interest rates, gross domestic product, disposable income, then the taxation policy, then fiscal policy, which is related to taxation, industrial policy, how industries operated, then the monetary policy related to supply of currencies and money supply, and business, then the gross domestic products, balance of payment, balance of trade, all things come under the economic policy. Next is political. Political changes related to change in government implement, technological. Changes in technologies have become a particular significant to the post-millennium world, like technological, like tally, GST, then any such technology which reduce the cost of a company and how and increase the efficiency and effectiveness of the business. Next is factor influencing business environment. First is economic environment. What are the competitors? They include gross domestic products. Next is the taxation policy, industrial policy, monetary policies. Next is the income, level of disposable income. Next is the gross domestic products. balance of payment, balance of trades, foreign exchange management. So the next is political legal, includes related to political, how the political parties will affect the businesses because their policies are impacted, and legal means what are the rules, regulations, and need to be followed and need to be implemented in the business to effectively and efficiency of a business. Next is social. Social related to custom, related to customs, tradition, beliefs, then attitude towards society. For example, education of single girl child. Next is attitude toward family structures. Next is education skills, demographic trends, environmental awareness. Next is environment. Environment related to the what, how the business will affect the environment. Then must be come under standard like water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution. So need to it need to be implemented effectively and efficiently to improve the efficiency. Next is technological innovation. Technological innovation like we have to first we have the black and white TV, then color TV, then LCD, LED, now smart TV. Like in laptops, we start on a Celeron, Pentium, Celeron, i3, i5, i7, i9, then next is Ryzen, then next is Max. These are technological innovation. Change of agriculture technique will be changed and improved transport infrastructure. Next is factor influencing a business environment. First, our economic environment, economic like is taxation, inflation, deflation, recession, growth, political, legal, and political, how it affect the policies of the business, the legal rules, regulations, social, custom, tradition, beliefs, then cultural, then rituals. Next, spirituals. Environmental include what environment, business affect environment, climate, soil conditions, water availability, agriculture activities, land use. Next is technical. Technical include technological innovation, what are going to technologically innovated, and changes of agriculture techniques. Then improve transport infrastructure. Next is strategic response to the environment. Strategic internal strategic response, holistic response. Internal include administrative, competitive, collective. So that the holistic include lead resistance, process caution, dynamic response. So internal strategic response. Organization should have the capacity to the monitor and make sense to the environment they are respond effectively. First, administrative response. Administrative response, or administration must be response to the problem where they are facing by the staff, and response is effective, like the policies, all the objectives, budgets, are all things come under administrative. Competitive, we have to respond to the competitors' strategy, response, what they have implement the policies and the strategies, then you have to change accordingly. Then collective response means we have to create the bargaining method, contrasting method to have to think collectively and think about the what need to be changed. Next is holistic response means we change holistically or everything methods, every business policy, every organization, every product. First is least resistance, and then some for some goals the employees are the least resistance to do the things effectively and efficiently. Proceed, we have to proceed with caution because we don't know how the employee will react by this change and how they impact the business of the society and the business, status of business. Like dynamic response, the business must be have a dynamic response, must be think in advance what according to the competitor strategies responses, so they have clearly proceed for the next steps. Thank you so much for listening carefully. If you have any doubts, any query, then you should comment in the comments section. I will surely make videos. Thank you so much.